Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Desk, episode 177, probably, or 160. One of them. It's either 167, no, 177 or 167. Anyway, it has a 7 in the end of it. This is not a Patreon podcast, just a regular podcast, because I don't know. It feels like when I don't have anything to do with OCW, I still decide to do things for OCW because I don't have any friends. With me today is two guests. I have two guests. The first guest is the best way I could describe him is one of the most unique and anemic characters currently in OCW. He's my favorite. I can't even say that because you say that out of context. People are like, what do you mean by shooting what? No. It's everyone's favorite motivational speaker / hitman, Solomon Caine, aka Salami.
How's it going? We're cracking open a cold one for this one, but we'll see how this goes.
Oh God. Exciting. And my next guest is someone you probably don't know. You may have seen him talking on Discord and wonder who the fuck is that guy. You may have seen him on a match and was like, oh wow, that's the guy that beat Rex, because Rex is trash and Rex lost again today, so he's double trash, and now he's injured, so now he's triple trash. It is the one and only, the second fiddle to Justin Jehst, the B-list bad boy. My not favorite, but I tolerate his presence because I don't know, he makes me laugh. Maxx Edwards.
What's going on? I'm not legally allowed to drink, so that is not going to happen.
That's what I'm talking about. So I am legally allowed to drink because I'm old as fuck. I'll probably be your dad. So like last podcast, this podcast, same thing. I pour myself a tall ass drink. I'm gonna try to get through it progressively, getting worse and more slosh, as the kids say. Maybe they say, I don't know what they say anymore. It was it slosh lit. What the fuck y'all say nowadays?
Whatever you want to say, Jay.
I'm talking to the young man, because he knows the hip cat.
I think I don't know what the hell slosh is, so let's just go with lit.
I bet. So yeah, so wow, this is okay. Well, don't report me to the authorities. Anyway, so yeah, that's the idea. I get fucked up and I talk to people in my community about shit in OCW. So that's pretty much it. No docket. I guess I'll kick things off with, what did you think about Endgames? And we will start with Salami.
Endgames was interesting, and I think you captured it pretty well when you were talking about this. It was not better than Consequence. It wasn't bad, but a couple squash matches in there, a couple good matches in there, as always. There was a very long. We pretty much, I think, doubled and or tripled the size of our women's division in the course of the night. So it'll be interesting to see that now we have. It seems like we're going to have a pretty stacked women's division. So I'm interested to see where that goes, because Ashley Moore's just been kind of running through the same cast of characters, and then got dogpiled tonight. So that was a pretty rewarding experience in terms of wrestling. But it's interesting. I'll say that.
I forgot how good of an orator you are. That's probably the reason why I wanted to invite you. That, and I also thought you were a patron. Maxi Pad, were you watching at all? If you were, I would hope so. If not, speak now, because I'm about to ask you what you thought. And if you're like, I think it was pretty good, you're gonna get fucked on. So go ahead.
All right, yeah, I saw it. A lot of the matches they're kind of whatever, but I think the segments,
you did not
obviously,
see it. Kind of whatever. Yeah, man. So which was your favorite whatever match?
My favorite whatever match, I think it might be Fat Lee and Trance. Probably from the night.
And you saw the show?
Yeah, I saw the whole show. I wasn't in Discord for all of it. I was in Discord for most of it.
Alright, because I hear you. I'm just saying. Just saying. So, all right, Nick. I joked about saying that it wasn't better than Consequence. It was better than Consequence. So, Consequence had like 3 good matches. That was it. This one had more than 3 good matches. And for anyone bitching about the women's segment, I want to just basically once again reiterate, because fuck you, that was a work of art. I'm saying that for the simple fact that was actually 3 segments meshed together that weren't supposed to be, because people did stuff but didn't adequately communicate with each other. And it would have ended up with some weird, like, you would have had Flojo show up and beat up Ashley real quick, and then later come back. Or actually, no, you would have Flojo come out, cut a promo, then get beat up by this weird person, then come back later in the show to beat up Ashley, which would have been stupid. And then you also would have had a Heather show up early in the show and then show up again in the show and then have that reveal, which would have been stupid. And then basically Ashley's segment was actually way after her match. Like it was, so basically it just would have wound up being this weird concoction that pissed me off. So I was like, fuck it, let me mesh it together. That's why it kind of tied in all the little stories. And then some of you, not all of you, some of you motherfuckers, oh, you should tag me, that. Just say, fuck you. How about that? Suck a dick. How about that? It's segments. I don't like content. I just want to watch matches.
Yeah, I give you a million props, boss man. And here's why. So I see, and I've experienced this myself when it comes to, you know, when you have an idea. So for example, when I did my reveal, when I was doing my segment with Alparca, you stepped in and helped me out with, you know, oh, well, this doesn't really make a lot of sense that you did this. And the more that I think about it, it was like, yeah, that doesn't really make too much sense. Here's how I can help you out to fix it. And like, you know, there are so many things I can give you props for as being a good ruler, a good leader of OCW. But that's one of those things that's, you know, it's kind of a next level, like, I guess, wrestling psychology thing, if you want to get formal about it, where it's like, here's something that's going to happen in your storyline, but here's an idea that's going to make it 10 times better from an objective standpoint. And I think that I really appreciate you stepping in for me. And I bet even at the end of the day, those people will eventually appreciate you stepping in for them.
Yeah. Well, like, again, I was not looking for a pat on the back. It was just that, like, I was in booking and I was like, fuck. Because then the other problem is, since everything is done in advance, you know, if it wasn't, I can just, I'll just move this match down. I'll just move the women's match like earlier. But you can't, because there's references in that match that, like, so that's gonna fuck up this. So it's like a domino effect. So I'm like, shit. So it's like, I gotta figure out what to do. So I had to like fucking do Edward Scissorhands and chop up 3 different segments and then combine them, like, you know, and then it made the women's match this whole big event, because you had Ashley overcoming the odds, and then right after you had her getting to come up. Shout out to Ashley for that, because I love that shit. I loved. But then the thing with that too, like, that was missing a lot of audio, so I put in the fucking audio. And I'm not looking for a fucking I'm not looking for a clap. I'm just saying that shit like that is what people don't like notice or go appreciate sometimes. It's like, it grates my cheese, but that's just me fucking being an OCD tool bag. But yeah, like, a lot of times there'll be segments that could work, and that's a good thing you brought up, segments that could work, but there's just little things that, you know, people either don't care about or don't really notice. And then when you bring it up to them, sometimes it's like pulling teeth. Like, Ashley used to be real fucking hard to be like, oh, like, yo, don't do that. But now Ashley's like, Ashley's easy to fucking work with, thank God. So that segment, in my opinion, came out good. And then, like, it's just, I don't know, man, little things. The problem is, like, if you get complicit, then what happens is people don't really give a shit about what you do, and then it's just everybody is kind of coasting. And I'm not saying that happens here, even though people don't do this anymore, but I'm assuming that's because of the fucking year-end bullshit. But like, complacency is like the worst thing that happened, because we even had it here like years ago that it was not running somewhat like smooth, but it was actually, no, it was smooth, but it was like hands-off smooth. So there was no commentary on shows, so it was just like, I'm just gonna take all these 37 videos and put them on YouTube or stream them or whatever the fuck. And then, like, it's that, and then some people watch, some people don't, and no one really gives a shit about anything, and no one really cares about anything, and it's just kind of like spinning your wheels. And that's like the worst thing that could happen, because here, or rather now, when you're in the VP, you can see those reactions and see those emotions and this, that, and the third. Back then, you go into VP and people are just kind of quiet, and this is a thing. Like, one time I even yelled at fucking at a good old Court years and years ago, because like, he was talking about video games, watching the fucking match. Yo, shut the fuck up and watch the match. He was like,
but yeah, like, and when it comes down to that, like, that's so great. And that you know, even though you say you don't deserve a clap and you're not clap fishing, I think you deserve a clap regardless. But also the thing is, like, we have people like Jake. And so the thing that's interesting about Jake to me is Jake is a 110% mark, and it's so great in terms of what OCW is, because he's excited about everything. He doesn't want to be spoiled. He wants to be engaged 110% of the time in what's happening, and that's so great to have that kind of external validation for. It's like, oh, Jake enjoyed that. That was really good. Like, people enjoyed that. Whereas on the YouTube, it's kind of hard to see, you know, did people like that or people didn't like that? Well, as in the voice party, you can gauge that on the fly. Like, you know, okay, well, this worked, this didn't work, we can move on to the next thing, or I can improve, or I can keep doing what worked. And then also another second point on that is, yeah, complacency is a horrible thing, and for especially, whether it be real wrestling or OCW, which is real wrestling, I don't know why I said that, but you constantly have to reinvent your character, because if you keep doing the same thing week after week after week, it's boring. It's not interesting. I don't want to see, you don't want to see Solomon Caine come out. And honestly, what happened at End Games is interesting, and I'd love to see where Solomon Caine goes with all of that, taking a little bit of a different path than he usually would. But yeah, just reinventing your character and kind of coming up with new ways to be innovative and interesting to the audience, rather than just doing the same thing week after week after week.
Yeah, and it's funny. Go ahead, Maxie.
Jake is actually like, he hears this a lot, but he's actually just incredible. Like, and just in terms of like a staff and as a watcher and like a fan kind of perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall the segment, I think it came off like, it did come off long, but I think it came off natural and kind of like chaotic in a good way, where you just never knew what was gonna happen.
That was generally the idea. And so Caine mentioned a good point about constantly reinventing yourself. And part of the reason you're actually here right now is because I don't know if you necessarily reinvented yourself, or maybe it's you just got comfortable enough to like engage the community or something. But like, your character is actually really fucking interesting too. Like the way, you wrote a very short role play, and that's I kind of like short role plays because I can actually read them and digest them and understand them without having to go like, oh, did he mean this in this thing? No, I can just get so fucking Maxie was in the back, and he's like, I'm hurt, right? The doctor's like, nah, you're not hurt. He's like, nah, I know I'm hurt. He's like, no, you're not hurt. Like, no, I know I'm hurt. He hurt me. My neck is hurt. He's like, nah, just bruises. He's like, no, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. You have to understand that I'm hurt. You got to, and shit like that. Like, the whole arc of Maxx is kind of good. And I actually cannot wait to see, like, it has to happen, the Jehst and Maxx feud, like, over Hollywood. Like, that has to happen somehow. Yep. And it needs, honestly, not for nothing, I expected at the end of the B17, the CCW championship match, Jehst is dejected and Maxx just comes out and fucks him up. I was waiting for that. It didn't happen. It's like, aw, because that would have been fucking dope as shit. Like,
he was hurt. He was hurt. He couldn't come out.
His neck is hurt.
Judge took him to the courtroom and fucking fucked him up.
And you know what? So saying that, so imagine if he came out with a fake neck brace. And fucked up Jehst. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm good at. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You would have came up with like, why does he have a neck brace? And it would have been like a good pop. That's the thing. Yeah. You don't want you don't want to fish for reactions, but you can kind of tell when you're gonna get one. Like, it's interesting the way the dichotomy works with like viewing parties specifically. Like when Harvey Harvey broke the record. I was excited. I don't know if many other people were, but I was ecstatic that he broke the record. And then when he fought Russ, like, everybody wanted him vehemently to lose. Everybody wanted Russ to win. Like, yo, what the fuck? It's crazy. And see, the good thing about Harvey is he don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, he doesn't care. Like, but some people are like, what do you want me to lose? Like, I was, so it was crazy. So now, I guess because Russ was on that trajectory or whatever. So it's just interesting to see sometimes. It really fucking is. The same thing with the Ashley match. People are like, oh no, oh come on now. Like, and then when Ashley came back in the end, everyone was like, thank fucking God. Like, it's just something about, like, even the international match. Everyone was like, oh come on, like when Horsey was taken out, they were like, God damn it. And then they were like, oh shit, Ashley's gonna do it. Then when he lost, he's like, everyone was like, oh, I'm like, why are y'all like, oh, why are you like,
it's the excitement for the underdog, and I'm particularly guilty of it myself, except in a few cases where it's pretty much like, you want an underdog winning is particularly exciting because an AC Cobra. That's why AC Cobra's win is like top tier versus Antonio Everett, because AC Cobra had been this kind of like, and no disrespect to him, but he wasn't a top echelon, a person in the ring at least.
Yeah.
And then once he got that one big victory, and that's like, oh my God, like that's so amazing, because everybody, it's why would you root for the guy that's at the top already? I mean, he's already at the top, he's already done it. But the guy who's trying to get the come up, and it's a relatable story for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so like it's exciting to see that. But also at the same time, you also have to think that El Parca, like, I think for a lot of people, El Parker was the favorite coming into that matchup, and it's just kind of like, you know, it's also interesting to see like how long can El Parker keep it going, how long can H2O keep it going, how long can these people, and I think the longer that their title reigns are, the sweeter it would be to see them lose to somebody. Because you know how. What was that?
I just said definitely.
Yeah, because like, you know, H2O breaking the record, and then like, you know, then you want to see him, like, you want to see him make this accomplishment first, but then you want to see him lose because he's, you know, he's kind of served his, I guess, title reign purpose.
Sure.
So, and one thing that I'm particularly interested in is to see what happens if, you know, if El Parka and Mark Reese, Lucha Country, approach the tag title precipitous, where it's like they're thinking that they're going to beat the record.
I can answer that for you already. You already know. Take a while. What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, CQC is going to come back. No.
Not even that. Like, yeah, there's already stuff, like, not even me in particular, but there's already fucking people have already said if they come close to it, we're gonna fuck on them. I'm like, hey, do you, man? If it makes sense, I don't give a fuck.
But I want to see. That's just such an interesting arc, and I just want to see them get there. So I guess my whole point in this is saying that, you know, title reigns in a lot of terms, anything in wrestling serves a purpose. If it doesn't serve a purpose, then it's not. You shouldn't do it.
That's fucking intelligent. Yes.
Yeah, and particularly, but the thing is, an OCW kind of throws a spin on that because it's competitive. You can't really tell if, you know, who's going to win this match. You don't know. It's competitive. Anything could happen. It's not necessarily that there's no predetermined ending here. And so it's even sweeter for people, because here's the thing, you know, like a Daniel Bryan wins at WrestleMania. That's a big moment for people to relate to and a big moment for people to get excited. But if like an AC Cobra beats an Antonio Everett, that was a competitively fought match. That wasn't a predetermined outcome. He did that. Yep. He got that. And so it just makes it so much sweeter. And as I mentioned before, even regardless of whether it's wrestling in real life or wrestling here, it's the title reign serves a purpose. H2O's title reign, he beat the record, and then he lost to Russ Cole because everybody wanted him to lose to Russ Cole. Everybody wants the underdog to lose. It's great when those things serve a purpose. Rusty wasn't even the
underdog. It was just Rusty's been here forever, and he was like the next guy in line. And then the whole thing about him sitting back, and then my favorite line was like, "You guys fight each other for the honor of losing at me." At what else? Like, yo, that French fuck. That was a fucking great line. Go ahead, Maxie.
I think people just like to like see someone else kind of climb the rankings, and like they kind of see like that fresh face at the top, and like whether you're like a new guy like myself, you kind of relate to that.
You're not even new. That could be you played for like 2 years.
An old guy, or if you're like an old guy, then it's like that was me, and now it's someone else. It's their turn to step up, like Russ Cole did, and get the world title.
Yeah. My thing is like my one takeaway from the three-way, to bring it back to that one, was I was so shocked that they didn't like go after the champion. Like, I feel like, I don't know if that's like new wave thinking maybe, or I don't know. It's like,
let me tell you what I was thinking. So in terms of what you and other people in Old Country way of thinking, I guess, no disrespect, but it's kind of like, you know, you want to attack Al Parka and get him out of the matchup because he has Brazil, and that's something that you need to be aware of, and like you want to get that advantage out of there quickly as possible, and then we can fight it out. But I think at the end of the day, like when I was looking at that match, it's like, are you playing this like a wrestling match, or are you playing it like a game?
Well, even
so,
by
like,
wrestling
I guess
match
if you're playing it,
that's the thing. By wrestling match standards, you still want to get the champion out the paint as soon as possible, especially as it is elimination. Like, that's just wrestling 101.
Yeah.
This is that's the guy with the power level. That's the Goku. And if you're Tien and fucking Krillin, you want to get Goku out the fucking paint. So hit him in the dick and get him out the paint real quick, and then y'all can have your weird sissy fight. Because if not, he gonna come and get you. Like, but I'm just saying in general, it just, whether it be wrestling tic tacs or not, it's, you know, it's just smart. It's just, like, it's just smart 101. It's smart competitively, it's smart wrestling, and it's smart logically. That's the guy you want to take care of. That's the one you got to worry about. Like, the thing is, if anybody, like, maybe if you want to say they're both faces, sure, but even still, it's like, hey, that's our, you know, that's the heavy hitter or whatever. Like, but I don't, it's just weird to me. Like, that's the guy you want to take. Like, if me and you are fighting, if me and you and Max are fighting, and like you're the champion, and me and Max like, I am fucking you up every chance I get. And if Max gets in the way, I'm gonna punch him right in the mouth, and I'm gonna fuck you up some more. Like, no, you are the threat. You are the guy. So we got to get you out the paint. And once you out the paint, I will fuck up Maxx. It's just logical. I don't know. It's not even like playing like a game. It's literally the logical solution. So I think that's why Blacksmith came up short too. My man got cracked, and then you know what? Parker said, "Fuck you, you're done." It's like, yo, it is what it is. It's what he gets.
Yeah, but the thing, if you look at the progression of that kind of match, like the only match that Blacksmith and El Parka had, Blacksmith, dog walked El Parka, and that was a long time ago. So I guess that might be irrelevant, but I think
they made no mention to it, like there was no like the Cole Jackman Cole Jackman, I was gonna say Cole Jackman Quartz match. That was actually rooted in a fucking 2-year-old match, which I love shit like that, because I actually kind of remember that match, and he he held it in his butt. And then if you notice in that promo, he was basically shitting on his entire class, women included, and he left out he left out the one guy who beat him, who was actually in that class, which is Cole Jackman, which is that's the good shit. You should appreciate that, because you're that type of storyteller as well. You're one of the better.
Oh no, I definitely appreciate that, because here's the thing. When I did my feud with Austin Lee, I did the same exact thing, because me and Austin Lee had a match when I first started in OCW, and he dog walked the shit out of me. And 6 months later, here I was having a match with him, and I beat him. So that's long-term storytelling. I love long-term storytelling. That's what I pretty much try to do in every feud that I have, when it comes to judging Maxx, or when it comes to me and Austin Lee. You have to, I forget who it was. It was probably like, I don't know, like Jim Cornette or something that said, you have to have a reason to fight, and you could create any reason to fight, but the best reason to fight comes from long-term storytelling. When it comes from Austin Lee dog walked me back in the day, well, I'm trying to get back at him, because now I'm 6 months stronger, 6 months more experienced, I'm ready to go. And so that, and other among a factor of other things, like talk about me and Maxx, like when I faced Maxx for the first time, I threw his head in the turnbuckle, threw his head in the ropes, so
demolished.
And then he tried to break Judge's neck. So it's long-term storytelling. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate what Quartz and valedictorian Quartz.
That is the dumbest thing. The dumbest.
That shit is hilarious. Honestly, if I had to tell you right now, I think Quartz is one of my favorite characters in OCW right now. If I had to be completely honest with you.
His version of my favorites right now are basically Quartz and fucking, oh my god, I was gonna say what's her name? Fucking Ashley. I know Russ is like, what about me? I'm like, you're the champ. I don't give a fuck about you. You're the top guy. It's okay. But like, if I had to pick two, it's Quartz and Ashley, just because like the amount of shit talk, like Quartz teaming up with Stupid Spider is the best for like stupidity, because Spider, is dumb as he is, he's funny. So whatever his goofy shit is, he's like a comic book villain. So that's always a fucking good time, because I just can't help it. I get flustered. And then Ashley, like, I don't know what it is, but Ashley, like, it makes me fucking laugh hysterically, and I just love it when she just, after every match, and you know what, this is why you suck, and she just goes like it's so simple. It's so simple. Yeah. Like,
and go for it, Maxx.
I think both of them just like embody like the sentiment of just walking out like you talking, because they'll talk their shit, and then they'll just beat you up when they get into a match.
Yeah,
and that kind of that adds to them a lot.
No, but
that's that stone cold attitude.
She almost lost, and then as soon as she won, she started talking shit.
Started talking shit. Yeah, it's that stone cold attitude. It's that, I don't care. Like, you want to talk, like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm just gonna beat up anybody who stands in front of me, and if you want something to say about it, I'm gonna kick your ass too. Like, that's the thing with Quartz. That's the thing with Ashley Moore. And funny thing about Ryu Matsumoto or Spider is that he's kind of like the fall guy for Quartz. So if Quartz ever if somebody wants to take their heat out on Quartz and they can't get to Quartz, so who they gonna beat up? They're gonna beat up Spider.
And he doesn't care. He'll fucking take the L or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't. And that's the reason why I can't come out. When I started in OCW, and I think I keep coming back to every now and again is like, what if I became that like what if I became like a Cesaro or like a technician that's good for having good matches, but the thing is I don't win that often. And that's like, that's another whole thing about the duality of between winning and being a good RP or an OCW. But like Quartz and Ashley Moore back their shit up. They're winning matches all the time. And that's, that's part, that's how you turn part of, being competitively good in OCW into a good ass gimmick, because Quartz is like, I'm the valedictorian of the rookie class. I'm the best there ever is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be, because I conquered Mount Ortiz.
The fact,
and I'm just out here kicking ass. And Ashley Moore is like, oh, I've run through the entire women's division, because she has.
My man was in fucking, I'm sorry. When my man was in Discord and Nate said something, he goes, I'm sorry, Nate, I can't hear you all the way up here.
That's that good shit.
My fucking God, I can't hear you all the way. And that's the beauty about Nate, because Nate, like, high key does not, he holds game. Here's a weird thing about Nate. Nate is a wonderful human being. He's very fair. He's like a stoic, reasonable person. But Nate will hold on to something. Like, you don't see it because you're not in booking, but like, he does things to poke Kent because he wants Kent to fight so he can beat Kent, because Kent beat him at Lucian. And Kent's like, I'm not gonna fight you. And he's like, come on. He's like, no. And then Jake is like, I don't want. I'm like, and then he's going to go after Jake. If he could get Drago, he would get Drago. Like, it's just like, there's a list. I already know the list, and if it happens, it happens. I'm not there to facilitate or not, but it's utterly fucking hilarious. Once course one, Nate's going to get that win back. Come hella high water. It doesn't matter if it's this season. I mean, next season, he's going to get it back. He's gonna work some way to get it back, and Jake is gonna avoid it at all fucking costs, which is why I love that shit. But I don't know, man. It's just like, those are some of my favorite characters. There's like a bunch. I love fucking stupid ass Mark Reese with the fucking being hams and whams. There's gonna be there's gonna be some interesting things happening in season 16, which hopefully people don't get offended by. If they do, I don't give a fuck. Because my thing is, I thought while 15 was mad smooth in a good way. It wasn't like, I know I've talked about that it was smooth in a draw way, but this one is smooth in a way that people are still caring about characters and giving reactions and whatnot. But in 16, we're really going to we're gonna flip shit on its ear. Like, I'm not going out there implicitly saying, oh, hey, I'm gonna fuck this guy up, but like, we're going to just make people take risks.
Yeah, and OCW.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think OCW just kind of needs that, because that match that the tag team turmoil match. What was it called? I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, the one last week.
The Lucha Fuck Party.
Yeah, Lucha Fuck Party, Bermuda Triangle, or Lucha House Party. Not Lucha House Party. Lucha House Rule. I don't know. I like just calling Lucha House Party.
The Lucha Fuck Party was an enjoyable match all the way through
because of the people involved.
And there was also, there was character divide at the end there. There's character divide. It's like Justin Court, they're trying to get that big win, because Just has been going after CCW championship, because Just has been around, and Just is like, he's one of the most creative minds that we have here in OCW.
I love him.
And you want to see Just get that big win.
Yep.
And you want to see Court get that big win.
Yep.
And it's just so disappointing to see that they fucked it. And I was like, oh no, come on, like, please.
And that's LC even went heel in the end, and no one's talking about it. It's like, at the end, like, they just kind of like did a little heel thing on like you said. I don't like Angus on a fundamental human level. I'm just kidding, but like. But fuck, man, like, why can't they, like, that's the only thing about
just
comp.
Get the win. Just get it once,
that's
please.
The only thing about comp. Yeah, the only thing about comp that I get mad about, like, fuck. Yo, that was an MVP performance by fucking Court.
Oh, yes.
Bar none.
Oh, yes.
And just Court fucked it once by not moving the ropes, which was like, oh, God, no. And just fucked it up by, like, he had it and he just like,
did the pick. He picked him up instead of hitting the finisher on
yeah, I was like,
I was like, oh my god.
That hurt so bad to come so fucking close. But that's the beauty about OCW, man. They just, you get those organic moments as opposed to, hey, say I'm going to win. Nah, you get these good fucking moments.
Yeah, and that's the thing about that match, the Lucha Fuck Party match, is that it's constantly moving. Because in a regular OCW match, with all the FPR constraints, you have this, you always have to go for a reset. You have to go for this. You have to go for that. Then that match, they roll out of the ring, partner comes in, and you keep it moving. It was constantly moving because of the way that the game is designed. Everybody's always rolling out after like one or two moves. So it's a constant flow of energy, and that's something that that chaotic energy is something that I think and OCW at this point would benefit a lot from, because as you mentioned, season 16 is smooth because everybody knows the FPR, everybody's been on the game for so long, and we didn't really have like too many new rookies, if I'm correct in that regard.
No, we did, but now like for some reason
even the new rookies are good.
Yeah.
Even the new rookies are like up to shit on their FPR. Like they get it.
If they hang around, I'll be happy as a clan, because like usually the rookie shows up and they just peace out immediately. Everyone other with the exception of maybe Derek Smith was actually on the pay-per-view. Colin Locke wrote something. Manic Mercer wrote something. Marissa was actually in 2 videos. One which you motherfuckers were like, what? And then the second one. That's the funny thing about Marissa. Like, I spoke to Marissa and we spoke about the risque factor, and like I said, I've said multiple times, like, do you got something like is your wrestling gear fucking string up your ass? They was like, no. I'm like, all right, well, I don't give a fuck. So I think the purpose of the Marissa character is to, like, on the one hand push the envelope, but if you saw the actual character's fighting gear, it's not provocative at all. It's just whatever it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So like when people were freaking out over the video, I'm like, but like if you saw that, because she's done a little bit here and there, but I actually saw it. I read it and saw it. So that's the character. The character is a thought. The character is a ratchet bitch. The character is a fucking Hozilla. So the expected is to push the envelope. And if you notice that video, the whole provocative section was about 5 to 7 seconds. That's done intentionally to not that's basically the. See, with me, there's certain like. If you do something gratuitously, I'm like, fuck you. But if you just enough, it's like, all right. Like, I wanted to do a role play, but the thing is, I couldn't do it because I'm actually on commentary. But then when the ring blew up in the fat guy match, I wanted to write something, but honestly, I didn't have the time. But like the premise of I'll just say now, the premise of that role play was like, Marissa comes in, and I'm like, you can't do that. This is family friendly. And then like, and then she's like, well, I do what I want. And then basically Spider comes out of a trunk and he just says audit thoughts. And I'm like, why the fuck are you in my office? Like, why the fuck? Like, that was the idea. Like, when Spider comes out, he just literally, like, there's like a trunk in the back. He just opens it. He just comes out the trunk and he's just standing there. He's like, audit thoughts. And like, why the fuck are you here? Get out of my office. And then he makes mention to being Hall of Fame. And I'm like, you're not. And then he just goes Endgame and walks out. Like, shit like that is what I come up with, but I didn't get to do it, so it fucking sucks. Yeah. But that's that's what I was saying when people are like, oh, what about Chorus Cole? Like, nah, Marissa is basically what you're expecting in OCW. It's not fucking G-string bikini. The moves is actually really fucking dope on Marissa as well. Like, it's like this fucking strong style shit. So I'm interested to see how it matches up against other people, and everything comes with time. So you just kind of develop the character. But yeah, the point was there was a lot of people. Pretty much every rookie, with the exception, I don't want to point out Derek like that, but honestly that's the case. He's literally the only one who didn't, which is weird. I thought maybe he did and I missed it, but it's like, because I would have expected a couple lines or something, but yeah. So it's kind of good to see, and if they stick around, if they keep their head above water, if they don't get fucking dumb-dumbish, then I think we got a good new generation just off rip, and that's exciting. I love seeing decent people interact and try to do their thing here. So, hopefully they stick around. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to see that too, because, it's no disrespect to anybody who's been putting in effort throughout season 16. I think there's a lot of people who put their lifeblood into OCW. Huh?
15. You said 16.
16? Shit.
15. Yes.
A lot of people who put their lifeblood into 15. But this whole new crop of generation, it's unique, it's new, it's something different. Because the thing is, like, that's going back to the whole, season 15 ran smoothly, but maybe a little bit too smooth. Like, maybe there needs to be something unique. There needs to be chaotic matches like the Lucha Fuck Party. There needs to be new rookies that bring new characters and new blood. And it's really interesting. And then talking about Marissa Welsh, at the end of the day, like, when I first saw the Marissa Welsh character tonight, I was kind of like, oh, well, this is cause shit. But no disrespect to her, like, at the end of the day, like, she put effort into that. I wouldn't say that was some shoddy shit thrown together and that was some BS that didn't belong on the show. Like, I think it was pretty well put together. And then, as you mentioned, there's another RP that I have to read on Endgames about, tying it together to be like, oh, I'm Ratchet, I do what the fuck I want. And that builds for character development. And that builds, that doesn't necessarily mean that, maybe because some girl has fucking, I don't know, like big titties and all that shit doesn't mean she can't be a pro wrestler. Like, it's, somebody that's a stripper can't be a pro wrestler or whatever.
That's the gimmick, basically. The gimmick is basically that she's a fucking thought. So I'm like, hey, fuck it. It's good. We get to see all the thoughts. Even the song.
I'll take it. If you put effort into the character and you make it unique and you make it something of your own, I mean, and it's interesting to me, and it definitely is interesting. I mean, it caught the attention of people. Everybody in the viewing party was like, yo, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So, that's something that's something. And
then she got a bit of a pop when she came out from the fucking crowd.
Yeah, when she came out from the crowd. And
fuck up Ash.
Hit one of my signatures, by the way.
Yeah.
One of my the last gasp. I spent all that fucking time. I'm getting co-opted, but I'm looking forward to season 16. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in OCW.
You know what? Oddly enough, my only concern with season 16 is twofold. One of them is not blowing our load like off rip, because this is a concern that I always have, because like everyone gets super excited, right? And then if like I think I don't know if you noticed or not if you're paying attention, because some people, no one never does, but. For 15, like after Lucian, once we found out that we're actually gonna have the game for longer, we were like, fuck it, and we just started making these like really crazy matches for just pay-per-view level stuff and putting them as main events on the riots and turmoils. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was intentional. So my only fear is I don't want to go into 16 doing that same thing and then by February or January being out of shit to do like that. Because see, WWE will have like B17 versus H2O 5 times throughout, or 7 times in the span of 3 months.
Yeah.
I only did that I think maybe twice or once, to be honest with you. Like, you see, like we don't try to book the way E does, where we do these duplicate matches nonstop, because that's fucking whack. So you guys don't really fight. You fight each other, but you guys don't fight each other that much in a given season, which is that's done purposefully, and that's done. I don't know how we managed to fucking do that continually, because if this was basically like WWE, you and Tucker would be fighting at least fucking 19 times against different people, and fucking Maxx and Jehst would be going on like, oh well, fuck it, we'll put them on again. Yeah, this is the 6th time. It's fine, whatever. Like, we actually did that in the old days. The old days, like, the joke was that Trance and Aries fought 17,000 times, and they did. Like, we just used to do that for not, this is a match. Fuck it, okay. So,
and I've got a 2-pointer on that. So, like, you have to strike a balance between interesting and run of the mill, because you want people to stay in the seats, because you want people to stay in the audience, I guess, in our case, where it's pretty much like, we're having good matches. Like, there's so many good matches that are just like typical one-on-one matches, or they don't have some special stipulation or some special purpose. But you also have to give people every now and again drop a lucha fuck party, and that's like a big pop, because if you, as anybody would tell you, if you do a lucha fuck party every week, it's not unique anymore. It's not special. It's just a lucha fuck. Like, okay, we've seen that a billion times. What now? It goes back to reinventing your character and bringing something new to the table. Whereas, I don't want to get bored of the same shit every week. And then also something that's great about the new season is that we have more rookies and more people to put into the fold, because, it could be some of the same people kind of fighting each other because of the constraints of the roster, because we're not as big as the E, and we don't have a big as pool as the E when it comes to pulling new people in and things like that. But these new rookies can really certainly help with that, regarding new people that can come into feuds. And I'm definitely looking at this new rookie class, and I know Judge and Caine definitely are. So we'll see what happens regarding the next season.
That would be good. Yeah, go ahead.
In a weird way, I feel like the DM scene kind of almost like reflects like the aura of OCW, and like right now, like the past couple of weeks, the DMs have been more like flooded than they were in the beginning of the season. Because now the new rookies, they're kind of bringing like some of the older people back into like playing DMs, and now you'll see like every now and again like Jamie or Rex, they'll hop into a DM and they'll start playing. And it's just like everybody's so like amped up and like energetic to like do stuff.
Well, good. I like active DMs, but I don't like DMs where it's a fucking bitch fest. I had to lower the fucking. I had to turn that thing off of mine because like I don't. Every time I see people complain, it's like, no. The point is, you should the same way you play on TV is how you should have a fucking DM. If you're not doing that, you're doing something wrong. Because like that's why I still tell I tell rookies now whenever I speak to them because we do the orientation. So in case the motherfuckers want to try to sneak in, I know your voice, bitch. You'd be surprised how fucking crazy I am. I know motherfuckers' voices, so you can't sneak in anyway. So like when I talk to these people, I'm like, hey, so you do DMs, knock yourself out, but just know that might not be indicative of what you see on TV. So also keep in mind TV matches, and also don't worry about a DM because someone might play like a fucking dummy because I don't know, for some reason it's like, oh, it's a DM, but you know, just be aware of that. So that's what I say about it. But it's good because that when you have a constant DM scene, it kind of resonates that people are interested in the game, which is good. It keeps people sharp, and you know, usually it tends to give people ideas and whatnot. Like the what's it called? Is it the wrestling club or the wrestle club? I think it's the wrestling club, right?
I think it's the wrestling club. Something along those lines.
So I like the premise of it. We already touched on like how that role play is a little too quick, and they know it. So it's not even like, oh hey, like it's just like, oh, just know it for next time. But I like the concept of that. In my head, I just read that promo or what I could actually, because I couldn't really read all of it because I can't read that fast. But in my head, I'm reading that promo and watching it, and I'm like, oh man, Mantis must be pissed. Because the thing is, they're talking about like flippy flippers, and like no one, you know, I'm trying to think of who really fights like that. Even Ty isn't really like that, and Ty would be like one of the guys you would expect to be ricocheting it everywhere, and he really isn't. Even the Parker's not like that either. Parker's not. He's a luchador who doesn't really lucha a lot. That's a weird thing. He's just a Mexican guy. I don't know. Is he like maybe?
He's got the lucha mask. He's got the lucha aura.
He has a little flair sometimes. He has a little spice occasionally.
Yeah, he has a little spice.
I know he definitely went for a dive in the triple threat and definitely.
That's good.
Like
that's good.
Once,
you know what?
like he doesn't do lucha things.
That's good because you know what? Here's the thing. I think
I'm trying to think.
Maybe I'm disrespect some people here, but I think that when everybody does dives, they ain't special no more. They're just dives. Like, you know, oh well, you do a dive and you do a dive.
That's fine.
I don't know. But when Shepard does a double fucking moonsault.
Who?
That Shepard?
Oh yeah.
When Shepard does a double fucking moonsault, I'm like, come on. Like, as a normal move, are you fucking kidding? Like, maybe that's just like the Jim Cornette and me talking, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little.
He's a fucking specimen.
Yeah,
that was a fucking odd veer, but hey, you're entitled to your fucking opinion. But I'm thinking in general, like, there's not a lot of flippy flip people other than really Mantis. So that's why I feel like, the lucha
with all the kicks and off the ropes and just his finisher too.
I'm literally trying to think about what is lucha about Parker. I'm trying to think, like, I'm trying to figure like who I can compare him to from fucking Lucha Libre. I'm like, no, that guy flips a lot. Like Super Porky doesn't. Nah, he's not Super Porky. He's not fat. Well, no, it's Super Porky move. I'm trying to find. I'm sure there's somebody. I just can't think of it. I'm not super.
He's a technician now.
But even
now he's more of a technician.
Even back in the day, he wasn't really super flippy flip.
Yeah, even then, yeah.
So, and then the only person who I think just fucking goes wild with
is Mantis. Yeah.
Mantis and second place Harvey, but depends. Sometimes Harvey does it. Sometimes he doesn't. It depends.
Yeah, like, Harvey brought the fire at end games. He wasn't doing no flippy shit.
No, it's fucking wild because he was actually. I was like, oh shit, but I think it's just Mantis. So it's like wrestling club. So if wrestling club does not attack Mantis, I'm gonna be disappointed. Because that right there is a story, like, because you know Mantis is always with these fucking weird proclivities about whatever the fuck he pontificates about. So that would be the perfect opportunity. Two guys come and fuck on him, and then he's like, "Well, I'm going to stand up for justice and take it to you two fucking schmucks."
Yeah, that's a way to turn. That's a way to turn. Because I think every rookie, when they come into OCW, has their I'm gonna kill OCW kind of phase.
Well, they don't. Well, those two didn't.
They don't. Maybe I was just stupid, and maybe
no. You're not stupid. Most people did, but I'm saying like the new crop has not. In general, they do.
But yeah, most people have done it, and so that's a way to put a good spin on that. Cause the idea that we ain't a fan of that flippy shit. Well, you could turn that into the only person that does flippy shit in OCW is Mantis. So now Mantis has to, it's that Clash of Styles thing, and that's a unique matchup. Is a Clash of Styles between a technician and a high flyer. Because honestly, I'm trying to think of recent, because here's in OCW, I feel like recently we've had a lot of big men slapping meat matches. We had a lot of big meaty men slapping meat.
I love it.
That's good shit. Everybody loves big meaty men slapping meat. But what about a clash? I don't know if I can think of a recent Clash of Styles match.
What do you mean, like one? Oh, I guess you're saying. It would actually be kind of a match in that vein. That would be like Ty Sparks versus Court Marshall.
Yeah,
shit like that. That would actually be you versus a big dude again. Like your style is real weird too. Like you're basically.
Judge was pretty weird.
Oh man, he fucked you up. Oh my god, dude. He fucked you up.
Big man.
He is a very big man too. Good job on getting cleared to fucking be like that heavy too and all that good stuff. Appreciate that. Oh wait, you didn't. You got 3 reversals, right?
Actually, he's
Did
not.
you?
Judge is super heavyweight.
Oh.
Judge is a heavyweight. What the fuck are you on about?
I might be. I thought he had 3 reversals. Or maybe it just be me because I played a couple DMs and none of my calls are optimized or anything. So all I have is 3 reversals. Like what do I have 3 reversals?
No, optimized reversals is 4, I think.
Yeah, no. 4. You're supposed to have 4. I had 3 reversals. All my stats were 60, and I was getting motherfuckers orange. But we're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. I don't know how to reverse anymore. What the fuck I was saying? I lost my train of thought. I'm just I'm really excited for the new season. I'm really excited. I'm hoping, people like kind of bring their good stuff. Cause I was thinking about it too. I told a lot of rookies, look, it looks like it's a lot. It looks like it's crazy, but it isn't. You just gotta kind of show up, like, do your match and then write a couple lines. It's only crazy if you're lazy. If not, it's not a big, like it really isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll, if someone needs me to fix a match or whatever, that's essentially like recording. I can do that in fucking like 10, 15 minutes. It's not a big deal. Like if I get the urge to write something, I can bust. Like I don't promo because I just have everything else to do. But if I want, well, that might sound like it's bragging. I can really just bust something out in like fucking 10, 15 minutes. It might be good. It might not be. But the thing is, like, I can fucking do it. And a lot of times I'll be like, fuck, I should have added this, and this. And if it would fucking worked out. I don't know, man. My brain is fucking strange. But like, I'm just mad excited for the fucking to see what's up. The women's, like you said, the women's division is fucking, that shit went from oh man to like oh shit. So that's gonna be fucking interesting to see. Everyone going, who the fuck are you, for like the reveal for the Prophet was kind of cool. Wait, is that the same person? Nah, that's a thick white bitch and that's a skinny white bitch. So the cat lady Calais is the chick with the bat, and then the big chick with the thick thighs is somebody else. But they both got white hair, because I don't know, I guess it's white hair with white girls, whatever. I don't know, whatever it is what it is. But poor Flo Joe.
Nothing, but who are these people?
Well, that's from the Prophet videos. Remember the Prophet videos? The Prophet videos.
Well, no, I know the Prophet videos, and I know the promos, but I'm talking about like who, like,
oh, the handlers. I don't fucking know, but they have to be cleared. They gotta be.
He was up in the voice chat talking about, these people ain't Jazda approved. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, yeah, I saw that. I was like, well, it's a fucking video. Of course you can't, like, come on, man. You're gonna get approved, and then like, oh, who's that? No, you fucking, and then now you get approved because you're not having a fucking match. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. That shit got me tight. I hate when motherfuckers do shit like that. It's like, shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Once you have a match, of course you have to go through the procedure, but in order to maintain some semblance of fucking surprises and the unknown, you have to keep motherfuckers in the dark, which is what some of you motherfuckers don't do. And I think Nick is okay with it. I don't know about Maxie, but shut the fuck up. Don't tell people what the fuck you doing. Don't tell your friends, shut the fuck up. Keep it to yourself. It's annoying, man, because them motherfuckers try to be slick. And they try to talk in the thing like, oh, we know you fucking schmuck. We know you know. Shut up. I hate that shit. Like I most, like, for TV show, like for the TV tapings, I actually don't. I will watch with the people because I'm like, fuck it. If I have to, like, I mean, not if I have to, but if I can, because I don't like being sportsman unless I absolutely have to know about it. And half the shit on end games, I didn't know. I didn't fucking know Empress was coming back. I was like, wait a minute, excuse me, what? I was shocked as fuck. I'm happy, but I'm sad because, like, I don't want this place to make Empress crazy. But I'm happy because you're working with fucking Heather. Mm-hmm. Man, I remember Empress was like, I might want to come back for Battlegrounds. I was like, you absolutely no. This place is evil. Stay away. You'll stay away. And Empress is like, lol. I guess not. Now she got a fucking buzz cut and she fucking bitches up. So all right, good for you, Emp.
Yakuza Empress.
I'm excited for
I
fucking.
love the buzz cut.
Yeah, I love Empress is one of the greatest fucking creators, man. Like one of the greatest content, like from art to video, like just fucking amazing. And just the comp thing is what always bugged me, because you know, the comp thing could be unforgiving, and then on top of that, some of you motherfuckers are out of pocket. Like I'll be out of pocket with people, but I'll be out of pocket with people in a sense of like, I'll say fucked up shit to Elliot, but he knows I don't mean it, and it's just funny. But then there's certain people I won't do that with, and there's certain people I won't do it with for two reasons. One, because all right, well, that person, I don't know them that well, or man, that might just be considered mean. But other people, like, what do you mean? Shut the fuck up. No, you fucking, you know, it's like I hate that energy. Like, don't be offended. Get out of my fucking face. Serious. Seriously, like if people can't take criticism, I shouldn't even talk, because people are like, oh, that segment's too long. And like, it's not the third time I'm like, well, fuck you, it's good. I shouldn't talk. Like, that's hypocritical of me, but I'm also drunk, so I don't give a fuck. But no, even still, like, I can still just accept it. But it is what it is. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
That's the banter.
But that's the thing. Banter can go kind of like haywire, and I don't like when it goes sideways, because some motherfuckers don't know how to like be out of pocket the proper way. Like the best way to be out of pocket is to say something, it be really funny, and then the person going, oh man, and then they come back with you with some shit, or they just whatever. And then there's a kind of way where it just looks like you're being a fucking dickbag. And a lot of times you motherfuckers here like, I don't lose matches. Great, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Great, wonderful. You know, this is also a game that rewards you for fucking losing. So what do you want? You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's like, ugh. Like, this is why I like a guy like Rex, because Rex is the embodiment of a nihilist. He doesn't give up. He doesn't care if he wins. He doesn't care if he loses. He's just punching you in the face. You know, even to his detriment sometimes. Like, you should be excited that he's like, oh, this is a match of an opportunity, a match of a whatever. He's like, fuck it. Yeah, you know, that's how he just goes in it. He just goes in and he does what he does, and half the time it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, he puts on a fucking. So Rex can lose to Maxx Edwards and then almost beat Nate Ortiz. That's the beauty of someone like Rex.
And a comp.
Yeah, no offense, Maxie, but you know, that was one of your better matches, and then fucking Judge comes and just wears you like a condom. But it is what it is. It's fine. What are you gonna do? You know.
I pulled the Ashley before Ashley did it.
See, when I here's the thing about 2K19. Like 2K19, I don't play it a lot outside.
You don't.
You really don't.
Yeah. That might be to your detriment.
Maybe. Because the thing is, like, I'm shit at kicking out. That's my thing. That's my
that's like Jake.
Like, I can't kick out for shit. And so, like, that could, you know, if I could get better at kicking out, like, maybe I could move a little bit. But at the end of the day, like, I've tried to do like some like training or whatever, quote unquote. Like, I've gone against the AI, give him a finisher, and then
that ain't gonna work. You gotta get it in the field, because the game runs way different online depending on who you fight. And some people you fighting is one way, some people you fight is another way. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's all different. But you know, I feel like I kind of keep it fresh. You know, by not fighting so much, I kind of keep it fresh for myself, and I kind of enjoy that a little bit. Where it's kind of like, you know,
that's good.
You know, when I fight somebody, I haven't fought them a million times. It's a new, unique challenge. Like when I fight anybody, I feel like, you know, I haven't fought them like 20,000 times before. And that could improve match quality a lot, actually. If I fought them 20,000 times before, you know, we kind of know each other, and that way we get the best out of each other because we know what's coming. But at the same time, there's also another benefit to be had in not facing them at all, because then it's like, oh, well. But then on the other flip side of that coin is also, you know, getting dog walked, because there's a little bit of a difference in the style and you don't really adapt so well.
Yeah, one little thing.
Yeah, one little thing can fuck you up. So, you know, maybe it is maybe would be better if people, you know, did a little bit of practicing beforehand, especially for big matches, and they probably do. It's just that, you know, I've never fought for the CCW championship. I've never, you know.
I kind of like to see it, because you're one of the better storytellers, and the only reason I'm a fan of your shit is because, because the way you write in your crude ass videos, that is what won me over. Like, my only complaint is the one I tell you 90 times out of 10 is because you don't fix your character. Like you saw the version, you saw Jess's version. It's not even that much bigger than your guy. Like if
That's
you
the
use
thing,
that, you're good. But then I also understand your whole premise about like, well, that's not what I did. So it's like I understand that, but it's like that might be to your detriment because you're very like you did that weird. Not that I shouldn't say weird, but you actually cut a promo, and it was actually really fucking good. That time I think it was in the promo room. I think it was like a quick challenge. And you did it. Yeah, he did a quick video, and like he was as himself, and he has like this weird. I don't want to say charisma because that sounds stupid, but he has this weird thing where he's kind of like a squirrely white KD. Like where if he does it, I enjoy it because I love KD's little videos. If you notice, I try to make his videos darker because I want people to see his face because you know it might be considered cringy or whatever, but it really isn't. But it's just KD being Kelvin being Kelvin, which I love. Yeah. But like you have the same like once you did that, I was like, oh my god. Like I wasn't because there's people that do these same weird things, and you see them, and you're like, ooh.
That's the thing. Like, if I want to drop,
if you did it, and it was oof, I would have said oof. But it was. I was like, oh shit, this is really not. This is okay. I don't hate this with his grandmother's couch, but it's all good. Like you know.
I think when most people saw that video, they were like, yeah, that's definitely Solomon Caine.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like that's him.
That's the thing.
It was good.
Like, yeah, because that's the thing. Like I think Solomon Caine in part is built off of who I am.
That's how it's supposed to be normally.
Kind of. Yeah, it's built off of my own personality. Obviously, not to the exaggerated extent that it appears in wrestling.
It's just
it's
your
a little bit scrawny white boy type shit, and that's the thing. Like, I'm stubborn in that regard, and you know,
you should probably ease it up a little bit, and I think you'll be fine because that really is the only missing piece for someone like me. Like, it doesn't matter because you got solution via storytelling. So like, not via storytelling, but actually having a good conclusive angle with Tucker. And I've said that to you, but I hope you realize that was the premise. I was like, yo, that's actually a really good fucking story. And when I said it in the Discord, I'm sure people didn't understand. Like, oh, you know how? And then they saw the thing, like, oh shit, he meant like, yeah, I meant that shit. Goddamn right. Was it Lucian? It was Lucian, right?
Yep.
All right, cool, bet. Because it was actually a good fucking story, and like it kind of got Tucker and you were already not over. You're like a solid mid guy or low mid guy, if you will. Like you know what pissed me off the most. You know how I always bitch about those stupid surveys. When you had that quick run with the int title, it was the int title, right? Was it int? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was on the survey.
Yeah. And they kind of like, oh well, we need to see more. Like, what the fuck do you mean
we
need to see more?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't got me.
I know you don't care, but that shit got me tired. I still remember that shit. Like my man is doing the work. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and you don't even put his name on the fucking back. Like, it's not Adam's fault. But it's like, are you fucking serious? And then like, oh well, we need to. What the fuck you mean we need to? He fucking made it to the fucking dance, and he is the fucking champion. Of course, fucking stupid fat arch with his fat little legs comes and does a little fat gimmick. But get out of my fucking like, I was like, you motherfuckers. That's the same shit they did with Drago. Same shit. Drago writing for fucking Drago been retired for like 18 years. He writes every fucking show. 50 fucking 3+ role plays for the year. Doesn't even get fucking listed on the guy. Fair fuck y'all. Sorry.
Nah, like as you mentioned, and as I said, like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, those surveys, you know, I hear it in the viewing party. I hear it from you. I hear it from, you know, I have a sense. You know, that now that I've been in OCW for, I don't even know what it is, about a year, 2 years, something like that.
I think it's 2 years. Maxie been 2 years too, right, Maxie? Or was it a year?
I think I joined at the end of last Lucian, like right after, I think.
It's almost about a year and a half. Like, time flies. Yeah.
Like, I know where I should be looking for how good I'm doing as a character in OCW, because, like, you know, if I were to look at the surveys, you know, it would, like, you know, have myself a little cry about it, but like, it is what it is. And I think what I did with Tucker, I enjoyed what I did with Tucker, and I heard from the right people that what I did with Tucker was good, and that's why I picked Tucker. Because here's the thing, like, at the end of the day, when I was looking at the OCW, and like, I was like, okay, well, who do I want to do a storyline with? I want to do a storyline with somebody that's like, you know, somebody that can use a little push, somebody that's you know, not everybody's like, oh, you know, this guy's great, you know, somebody that's not over yet. Because like that's interesting to me, is trying to get somebody to that point where they're not at that point yet, and like trying to help I guess not really help.
I know
somebody
what you're saying. Not to get somebody over, but the simple fact, like Tucky was just, you know, okay, he's the let's go guy, and nobody like cared, like not cared, but like, oh, he's just a guy there. Then you show up and it's like, huh? And it's like, oh, and then people like, oh, that's what I'm saying. So that worked effectively, and now he's at that place now where he's the thing, and then you doing your shit that you do, your gimmick in the fucking Discord, got I enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, do commentary, and then you didn't really do what I wanted to do, but it was all you did was curse. You didn't keep that same energy. But it was the whole shit, like when you would be in Discord for Tucker matches and you would just be sitting there saying out of pocket shit, and I was fucking crying like, yo.
Yeah,
he's like, yo, where's my man Tucker? How come my man Tucker's not here? Shit like that. Like,
yeah, that's the shit. Because
then when he's fighting, and you just talking.
Yeah, like that's the shit. When I'm talking about like Tucker just being like, here's the thing. Tucker's great. Like Tucker and I'm not even gimmicking when I say this. Tucker has so much potential. And I think that, there are a lot of people in OCW that have so much potential. And like, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm a savior here or I'm like helping people reach their potential.
Honestly,
or whatever
if that, like, I thought that's been your gimmick, which is why like I'm curious to see what happens with Elliot. When I went out and tried to help out Elliot, because Elliot's showing some potential here, and then he fucking socked me in the face, piece of shit. But it is what it is. So, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and it's not bad. It's good. It's good storytelling, which is why I appreciate. Like when like even Ken like we always make fun of you, but we love like the character has. I wish I could compare it to someone from back in the day, but I honestly can't think of somebody who kind of measures you up, like. If you were better, I can't even say you're not bad at the game. I think the thing with you is like you really don't compete like that, honestly, which is kind of weird. Like you would think you would have more matches for the amount of work that you do and the way that you do, but you kind of spread it out. And that
I'm a pay-per-view guy.
You kind of like
I show up for the money match, Jay.
No, shut up. Don't
put me on the show.
Don't talk like that. When you talk like that, I get annoyed. Like, next thing you're gonna say.
Confirmed.
Yeah, next thing you know, you talk shit about the product, and I get annoyed. Like don't say words like that.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about the product.
No, it's not. No. I'm saying don't say shit like that because that shit makes me. Oh, the product and I'm a worker. You're not a worker. You're the fucking dude playing the game. Shut up. Don't shut up. I'm saying the point is, you as an individual, you remind me of somebody, and I think that if you had more like actual matches, you're kind of like a diet version of Guy Foster, and that's not an insult. That's actually a compliment because he was one of the better storytellers, but he was also a fucking killer in the ring. Like I kind of can't wait till you have one of your moments because I like once you fix your stupid car just a tiny bit. I'm always been 100% on board, but I'll be 120% on board. Like you're not bad at the game either. You have this really distinct style too. Like as a smaller guy, you don't do flippy shit, but I don't know how to explain it. You go ahead, Max.
I don't know how to explain it either. I just started talking and I said, oh, shouldn't have thought. He kind of, it's like he's not like a technician. He's not a powerhouse or a high flyer. He kind of just does he kind of does his stuff.
He's not even a brawler either. Like, he's just he has like this really unique style. The only move that I fucking call out is the kill shot, and then that turnbuckle like it's like a what the fuck is it? It's like a something, and then you just turn around and do a fucking izaguri. That's the only ones I know. Yeah,
that's my trademark. That's the move I wanted to get over. Is that hit him with put him in the corner, hit him with two moves, throw him in the other corner, hit the turnbuckle and izaguri.
Yeah, well, it worked because I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I know it.
Name. I might make it a signature next season. I don't know.
I know, like one of the things about the reason I like Mugen so much is because Mugen has things you can call. So whenever he does, what like Michelle Obama, I have to shout it, and everyone else has to shout it. And the only reason that got popular was because that was in DMs, and Pew would shout Michelle Obama because fuck it. And then, it just caught on. So Pew's actually a tastemaker. A lot of bullshit that we do in OCW is because of Pew. Like watch the drop kick, watch the wheel kick, Michelle Obama, and the list goes on and on. Shit like that. So thank him for that. But yeah, I think some people need more shoutable moves because it's dumb shit like that. Like more like people. I love more damage, like shit like that, and fucking the fucking jungle, which stupid fucking Mantis steals, and we need more of those type of things like that you can just call out because it's fun. And I think stuff like that is what helps people get kind of invested. Even though there's people who only get invested in their own shit, but I kind of enjoy when people get invested in other people's stuff as well. I don't know. Like there's so much potential for like intermingling. Like I said, if Spider had a PS4, I would love a Spider Salami feud just for the fuckery. Like the fuckery alone would be fucking just magnificent. The stupidity. I don't know, the beautiful, glorious fucking e-wrestling related stupidity would be fucking off the charts. It would be. It would just be the dumbest shit ever. It would be the greatest dumbest shit.
That would be certainly interesting. I mean, I think Caine has his eyes out. You know, since Elliot Parkerdome will be a part of the action. I mean, I don't know.
In the third fucking person with me. I swear to God, we're not call his call. Don't do that. Just don't ever fucking do that to me. Oh my God. Relax, Nick.
What?
Relax. Don't be talking. Oh, I think of Caine. Shut up. Fuck out of my face with that shit. Nah,
bro. What?
But also, thank you for the commentary. You've been a help. You've been what the times you have been on commentary. I've enjoyed it.
I haven't been on commentary in a while.
It's been a minute.
Kind of busy with school and shit.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute.
You know, it'd be like that.
So you, Angus, to some extent, Parker a little bit. Fucking poor Elliot. Oh, that was terrible. My man sounded like a hostage and shit.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Oh, my grandma was sleeping." Yeah, I understand your grandma, your nana's sleeping, but you don't have to sound like that. Like my man really sounded like I was behind him. If you fuck this up, I will kill you and your family. Like that's what he sounded like. It didn't even sound like he was low. He just sounded like you don't have to be excited, but you don't have to sound like that. That's haunting. That's like you reading from a newspaper. Yeah. My name is Elliot. I am alive and well. OCW is treating me wonderfully. That was a great suplex. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you very. Oh God, please no! Yo, what the fuck, son?
Yeah. I guess kind of putting not really to put my application out here, but I feel like at the end of my arc, as an OCW superstar, whenever that may be, hopefully no time soon. But I think if anything, I would love to be in that kind of behind the scenes role, because things like commentary and things like, I've done things prior, not of course to this scale, but where it's kind of like, I'm interested in the behind the scenes look behind OCW and kind of put that effort in to kind of give back in that kind of sense.
Well, there's an opening for the rookie committee, so I'll probably add you to that.
There's so much. There's
somebody in there who shouldn't be in there, but like they're not like, so I'll probably just add you to that. Low free promote. It's not even a promotion. It's a fucking stupid Discord for promotions. But
well, I mean, I'm good with that because as I mentioned before, there's so much that you've given us, and so much that people like Jake and you, and then.
Did you forget the other names? It's Kent and Theo. If you wanted to know. Oh, did you get disconnected? You got disconnected. Did you get disconnected, Maxie, or did I lose you too? Oh shit! Oh, everybody got disconnected. Oh, we good?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
We're all good. I can hear you guys.
Oh, my man Max wasn't trying to hear my fucking application.
Yeah, like I don't know what the fuck happened. I thought the thing kicked you out, but I guess not. That was unexpected.
Nah, but Nick just completely stopped talking.
Yeah, he was making a point, and then that shit went away, and then I somehow fucked up my Discord too. I can't get rid of that damn screen. But what were you saying? What are you saying, Nick?
Oh, where did I get cut off?
I don't know. I honestly, I've been drinking.
I was just saying, like, with everything that you guys have given to us, through you, Jay, through Jake, through Kent, through all the, members of the booking committee and everything else, the amount of work that you guys have put into what we enjoy as a hobby. And, and even as you mentioned before, notice, how you mentioned, like, kind of like it's the value in what you give to other people is what keeps OCW going in your eyes. So, like, I just kind of like to give back to that, and effort more than time, because, effort more than money, excuse me, because, I can give $15 to the Patreon, but what, I would love to give, because sometimes effort is more valuable than money. Money's really great. No, not going to lie to you. And
money helps pay bills and the fucking
money helps pay bills, and money helps do all that other shit. But, I'd love to give some effort in there. That's the end of my career arc, I guess.
Man, you never know. My only thing is, my problem is I have trust issues, which booking can attest to, because motherfuckers have fucked on me. But you seem like a good egg, so we'll see what's up.
I've heard.
Oh yeah, those are stories for another day. But so I don't trust nobody, because
the man who shall not be named.
Not even that. It's just people in general. Like there's been people who've, like, I've put in positions of power, and it's just like I'm over it. The people I got are good because they don't give a fuck, in the sense that, like, they don't use what they have to harm or hurt anybody or help or harm anybody. They just do the job, basically. They don't go, oh, this would help so and so. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't lie. We'll sometimes we'll try to help people, but like the object is, like, we're not out there trying to actively fuck on people. We're not actively trying to Like, well, all right, no, I shouldn't say fuck on people because we will be trying to fuck on people. We're not trying to fuck on people in a negative way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you're
like
not trying to fuck
all
on
these
people
things,
just to fuck on
all
people.
these things are like anytime you get fucked on, these are challenges, and any win or loss you can use to develop your character.
Yep.
If you don't want to, that's on you, and that's fine. But you know, people need to understand that, like, oh, but I have to win. No, you don't. You know, if you lose, you know, use that as fuel.
It's what I was saying before. Every match, every segment has a purpose, especially in OCW, where you can use losses to build, you know, maybe an underdog story. You can use this segment to build this. Everything that you do in OCW can have a purpose if you put it to it, and you know, I think that's a good thing.
That's one of the beauties. Like, let's say you're a heel, right? Because you know, how's a heel supposed to write off a loss? Obviously, there's ways to be like, oh, he cheated. But let's say you're supposed to be like a heel, right? And you just keep eating dog shit. You keep eating dog shit. You keep getting beat. So, you know, what's to stop you? Well, no, the only thing is, this is assuming that the people you agree to work with you. Let's say there's a face who's actually really good at the game. What's to stop you from fucking, you know, doing a program with him and then fucking attacking the shit out of him, right? And it's like, you know, from a player standpoint, you're like, oh, well, you're not gonna beat him. But then you think of it from a booker standpoint, like, okay, what can we do to maybe even up the table, even up the things? Like, maybe we'll do like a no DQ or fucking or an Extreme Rules match. And now this poor heel who's been losing nonstop and has gone after a fucking Superman, now he might have a shot. You know, and we did that. That was Last Blacksmith versus Draco. But you know, Last Blacksmith didn't win, but he took a chunk out of Draco's ass. Before Draco beat the fuck out of him. But you know, shit like that. You know, you just gotta work with what the fuck you got. It's not overly difficult, man. It really isn't. It's like the thing is, if your story is good enough, a lot of times it'll be put on a pay-per-view, and that's one of the things we want to try to do for 16. So for 16, one of the mandates that I'm doing internally is that the only titles that are gonna be basically on the pay-per-view guaranteed is basically CC and OCW. That's it. And maybe probably 90% women's. That's it. Everything else is up in the air. Like, to see, I want people, because the thing is, well, people are like, oh, but what about, you know? So my answer to that is essentially, because also with booking, you know, with the fact that we have to do everything in advance for like commentary and ever, a lot of times the quicker something is set in stone, the easier it is to plan for. So that's one of the reasons why we do it the way we do it. But I also see the value in maybe, you know, people trying to work to a certain point, and at that point, be like, all right, we're gonna add you to the show. All right, go for it. You know, so we have time to do commentary. So that's going to be one of the sticking points with 16. There's, you know, I don't want people to be surprised if basically if a pay-per-view might just be OCW championship, CCW championship, and then a bunch of not storyline matches, but matches that are all based on someone's story, like or angle. That's going to be something that's, you know, we're going to try to go for. We're going to try to get a bigger mix of that, or at the very least have 50%, and, you know, 50% titles, 50%, you know, story stuff. Because at the moment, if you include Endgames, it's more like Endgames is kind of a good example, because Endgames was Woman, CCW, OCW, and INT, which is 4. So the rest of the matches, there was 5 matches, 5 non-title matches. So that would be, I don't do math, so that would be what? That's more than 50. So that would be what?
44.
Maybe. Would it be 40? It would be like,
55 non-title matches.
Yeah, so that's more or less what we're looking for. Thank you, Max. That's why, you know, good to have a young person here with the nose out of numbers. I failed math like 19 times. I'm a stupid motherfucker. Can't count for shit. No, so yeah, I don't even. Sometimes I be having these weird mathematical problems. I be trying to figure them out, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had math. For dumb shit. But so we're trying to have that mix, like 55%, you know, 40% of non-title matches. And then that's where you go, you know, that's where these people like you and Tucky did, and perhaps maybe Max and Jess or whatever, we'll see stuff like that. And hopefully we get that for 16. I'm excited. I'm also terrified, but we'll see what happens. You know, who knows? Who knows? Maybe someone, go ahead, Max.
I think that sentiment of kind of like just building a story, focusing on a story, and kind of taking your losses in stride. I think I might speak too soon, but I think that might be shared by some of the rookies that we might be seeing.
Yeah.
Like I know Colin and Marissa, both of them, they kind of incorporated their losses into like the story, and I'm pretty sure John did also.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
But the thing is also the thing that people I don't think realize about OCW is you need to find like a good dance partner for your first couple of go rounds. Like you need to find someone that you're not necessarily better than, but like you and them mix. Yeah, oh shit, okay, I like your style. My style works with your style, and then like to what Salami said before, like it kind of mixes, and you know that way you have a match. You know, maybe if it's good enough, it goes on the pay-per-view, shit like that. You just gotta find your dance partner. Sometimes we just kind of throw you to the fucking wolves because it is what it is. But you know, what you gonna do? Sink or swim, bitch. Fucking iron sharpens iron and all that shit. So that being said, that's gonna do it for this edition of the desk. This was actually more a succinct discussion. I'm proud of myself. I didn't fucking embarrass myself with drunken debauchery. So good for that. Good for that. So I want to say thank you to Maxi Pad for coming out here and being a rookie and just hanging her out. Just because you were here, did you fucking leave when I was just gonna talk to you? My man's just dipped out when I said I was talking.
Don't mind me. I'm just getting the audio working.
Jesus Christ! I was like, I want to thank.
Like I did my part. Fuck out of here.
I was like, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for showing up, and you just said peace. You just fucking left. Yeah.
I did not hear you cut off again. So I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm back.
So when I want to thank you for showing up or whatever, and just because you were here doesn't mean you're gonna graduate. I don't know who's gonna graduate. We're supposed to be probably gonna do that maybe over the weekend. I'm not gonna do it, not over the weekend, but like next couple of days. I'm not gonna do no big video probably. I'm just gonna talk to these people, like, oh, yo, who should graduate? And I just want to make something specific or Pacific, as I would say. Graduation is not based on handlers, based on character. That's what these people told me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. So keep that in mind. So it's based on character, not the handler. Do with that what you will. Max, I don't know if you're graduating. If you are, congratulations. If you're not, I don't know. My bad.
So, in that case, if I'm graduating, thanks. If I'm not, well then.
Well, if not, fuck you, I'm leaving. Good for you, Max. Ultimatums are also the key to OCW. Nick, thank you. Once again, a wonderful conversationalist. I wish you can incorporate your conversationalism in other aspects. If anything, pitch something, because you have a very good oration. Is that a word? Yeah, it's a word.
Oratory.
Oratory, whatever. You kind of remind me of White Warren, which is Dinsmore, which is Shep Wood. He's also very well spoken, and fucking I don't know, just makes me feel dumb because he's able to. Bobby's really good at that too. Bobby's really good at fucking saying what he thinks and making it make sense. Where I just go, gorilla noises, fuck you, your mother, and suck my dick.
Bullshitting, but I write short promos, so.
I'm really good at cursing and saying suck my dick. That's basically my only superpower.
From the back.
Hey, from the back. Thank you. See you guys. This is why I saw you, rookie, man. Hopefully, if the vote comes down to me to promote you, I'll be like, yeah. But it probably won't because I don't have a vote. I really don't. I just sit there. I'm like, who we got? They give me a list. I'm like, all right, cool. And then they're like, no, maybe. I'm like, how you gonna say maybe? He was on the pay-per-view, man. Come on. Well, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's like 5 people, and it's just like, damn, y'all mad strict. Like, why? Like, y'all get off on this shit. Y'all just want to
work for it.
Like, yo,
you gotta work for it.
You say that, but a lot of
motherfuckers don't work for it.
Yo, a lot of names on that list are like, nah. I'm like, are you serious? Cause see, people gave me shit because when I was doing my promotion, like, oh, they don't deserve promotion. I'm like, all right, well, I ain't doing it no more. So I just sit there and just go, damn, y'all fucking ruthless. I'm like, yo, why y'all like so mean, son? How about him? No. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He's been here for like fucking 4 years. So what? Like, yo.
I know last time there was a big push for Sparks to get promoted when he didn't.
Yo.
Like winter of like, what was that last winter?
I don't want to say Sparks. I'm not going to even say nothing about Sparks, son. I don't even know, son. I just know I saw some names and these people are like, nah. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, nah. I'm like, yo, but they was like, nah. I'm like, come on, yo. Like, but they're like, nah, I don't agree with that. Like, what do you mean you don't agree with that? Like, what do you mean you don't agree with that? Like, I'll be saying that. And the thing is, it's purposely done at an odd number, so you have to get a definite winner. So it's like, I think it's 5 if you include me, but I don't vote. I just kind of sit there and go, y'all fucked up. So they just be like it's like, and they'll be like, I'm like one person like no, and then one other person will agree with me. And it's like, all right, anybody? Like no. Like, yo, son. Like, why y'all mad rough? But these are the same people that when we did the fucking graduation, the last one, all right, we have anybody? I threw out mad names. They're like, nah, just Empress. I'm like, nah, come on, man, we got somebody else. How about someone's alt that's nah, just Empress. You're not even gonna do an alt, son? Nah, just Empress. Like, yo, we have to have
the last graduation, me and Alparca.
We gotta actually have somebody like nah. Was it Alparca? I think it was Empress.
Yeah, I think it was me and Alparca the last graduation.
That might be accurate. That might be accurate because Empress was so small because it was just Empress. I was like, I did half of the video because there's nobody else. Just use it for a promo and be like, fuck OCW. She's like, okay. Like, I gave her the video and she used it like, yo, there's nobody else because it's an After Effects. So the way it was situated, you basically so I literally ran out of Empress footage. So I was like, fuck, because I wasn't gonna dig for more. I was like, look, this is as much as I could do. So just use this because there's nobody else, and I'm not gonna fucking just go crazy on one After Effect for just one person when it's meant for like fucking 6 to 7. This is crazy. It's meant for like fucking 8 to 9 people, and it's just one. So it's just Empress page 1, Empress page 2, Empress on both page 1 and page 4 and page 5, Empress on page 6. I'm like, is there nobody else? Like, nah, it's just her. Like, yeah. I'm like, damn, is she that over? Like, yep. I'm like, cool, but where's everybody else? Like, they just ain't there. Like, oh my god, everybody else stinks.
Yeah, depending on the pace when the fuck
was that? Was that February?
A little higher.
I think she did that was in February. I think that was the video I gave her was in February. But I was like, yo, just one person. Like, yeah. And then the follow up was 2 people. You and Parker. So that's the growth. Hey, we got 2. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
1 to 2.
Yeah.
Right?
It goes back up to the thing where there aren't that many rookies just like sitting around as there used to. Well, now there is, but like back.
No, the list right now is about fucking 8 to 9 rookies, and then we're not including the new rookies. So like, it's a lot. I'm not gonna say shit. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm like, yeah, I'm ruthless, and I hope they hear this and like and just stare at me like, yeah, and like, oh fuck, go
maniacally laugh.
Just stare at me. I know Max is on the list, and I can tell you right now, I don't think Max getting that cap and gown, son.
Damn,
I don't think you getting that cap and gown, bro. I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna get a cap and gown.
That's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful. It's just these people are animals, son. They're animals.
No, not for you. Just I don't know.
I like how I'm painting myself as a good guy, but honestly, I'm not. I just oversee. So
if it was up to me, everybody would be graduating.
Right? See? Like, and you graduate, you do good, boy. Nah, if it was up to me, I would, because I'm fucking lazy. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let them graduate. And then when they break FPR, I'm like, oh no,
fuck.
Because when you break FPR and you graduate, it's like, oh, when you're a rookie, when you're a rookie, we're like, even now, like, it depends, depending on the breakage, because like if certain things happen, it's like, look, if you're mad in the, like, it's like a weird, I shouldn't even say unofficial, and this is like breaking the fourth wall, but some people are like, if I'm in the lead and it's late in the match and the guy hits a finisher, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna beat him and keep it moving. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna argue with you. Fuck it. But I can't tell a rookie that, because you know, you can't.
Yeah. Well, with experience, you learn that, you know.
Nate told me that shit.
It's hard to say.
With Nate.
It's hard to say. You can't really tell people outright that it's like, oh, the more experience you get, the more you can kind of bend FPR.
No, you can't.
Bit. It's like, no, you can't say that, because then people get the, fucking. If you know, you. How about?
No, but I'm saying, like, if you're winning a match dominantly and you get hit with a finisher and you're not like whatever, depending on who you are, and it happens like, you're gonna win anyway because you're fucking better than the guy.
I feel like, yeah.
But like, if it legitimately fucks you over, then of course you're gonna have to redo. But a rookie is gonna have to redo regardless, which is fucked up, because then that opens up the door to like, I'm losing. I'll just break FPR. We have to redo. And that's the problem with that's not the problem with FPR. That's the problem with people. That's why we have to have FPR, because people are fucking dum-dums. That's what I hate. I don't want to get on my soapbox with that, because actually 10 minutes ago I was saying goodbye, Maxie. So yes, we're done now. So thank you for joining us, Max. Thank you for joining us, Nick. I hope you enjoyed this talk, and I hope it was informative. If it wasn't, I don't give a fuck. You listening to me, so do it. You can't do shit. What are you gonna do? Stop listening? Too bad. You listened already. And if you listen this far, the keyword for this podcast is fucking apple cider, motherfucker. Apple cider. So if you listen to this far, type apple cider in the comments, and people look at you like you fucking dumb. It is what it is. What you gonna do? Thank you very much. God bless and good fucking night. I cursed too much. I'm sorry. God bless.